Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Retro Cup team. Submitted it is Jellicent, Double Dragon, and I've kind of mentioned how Double Dragon should be decently okay in this meta given that Steel and Fairy are banned. And they're right, I wanted to use Double Dragon for the exact reason I just said. I thought to use an ABB team with Ice being the biggest weakness to Dragon in this cup, and consider the mods who usually have Ice moves are Water. I thought that Jellicent would be a good lead for the team. The strategy for the team was to stay in with Jellicent only if it had a good matchup. If it was neutral or bad, I would switch to goodra to bait out the Dragon counter to free Dragonite in the back, and then double shield it. Went 6 and 4 in these matchups and noticed a few mistakes. Not noticing I had 2 superpowers against a Rangaroo, for example, but surely not all of them. Hope you can shed some light. Will do. Yeah, so I think the strategy is correct, right? Goodra's your safe swap. Try to save shield for Dragonite. Let's take a look. So Frostlass, depending what the fast move is, yeah, this is the ice, right? So you're just going to stay in this matchup. They are going to pace pretty fast to the Shadow Balls, but so be it. I would have shielded a Shadow Ball, but okay. So Lantern comes in. This is good. Everything is resisted, so you can probably overfarm a lot here. Man, letting that Shadow Ball go is going to be really tough. What is that? It doesn't look like Spark a Charge Beam. Anyways, you can just commit to the farm down at this point, take the next move, come out with some energy, and basically spin. Well, that actually does quite a lot of damage on Goodra. I guess you do have a very high attack weighted Goodra, so I would probably just throw Blind because this is coming back in immediately. And if you have 2 moves, just go back to back and then instant swap Dragonite. But you may be taken down, which is okay in case it has like we saw Shadow Ball and sniping with the Surf here, really hoping to get this out of here. And you do get it out, so that's nice. And it is a Talonflame in the back and have another Surf. Lots of energy banked on this Jellicent. This will grab a shield most likely. And then Dragonite with a 2 shield should be okay. You can just shield up both moves. Get to the Dragon Claw with ease and take this out between the Dragon Breath damage and the Claw. I mean, for a fast move optimization, you want to go probably a little more than 2 Dragon Breaths, but it does not matter in the ending here. Committing the double shield. Talonflame. So you got 3 answers for Talonflame, so this is great. They get into Goodra, you get into Goodra when they safe swap into Dunsparce. Dunsparce a normal typing, so Ghost resisted. Drill Run does, yeah, so your IVs on Goodra are not good, 15, 14, 15. And you're starting to see that in the amount of damage that you take here. Quite a lot of damage on these moves that we'd otherwise not do as much with a better IV Pokemon. And now you're like, yeah, I got to make a decision. Again, you could just I would probably let it go too. You have 2 answers to this. Showing your last Pokemon, which is fine. You have 2 answers for and they come Annihilate, which is great. You should win this matchup. You have Flying and a Ghost, which will resist the fighting move. You can commit the shield and just try and farm down. Should be able to get it. I would be instant swapping. Whoa. Instant swap. Instant swap. Don't get farmed down here. You can't get farmed down when you know you could probably need a Surf anyways. Like, you should be making that switch much, much sooner. They do just decide to let it go, though. Okay. Terrible lead against Charjabug. Instant into Goodra. They're staying a bit. Coming in Toxapex. So Toxapex, not a great answer. They have to go Sludge Wave too because Brine is resisted. You have Thunder Punch. So this is a very easy. That seemed fast, but I'm not counting. And you're on 1.5 speed here. Yeah, but that is fast. That was just a Brine. Getting to the next Thunder Punch. This will take out or grab a shield. Does grab a shield. I think that you, even if it's just a brine, you shield this. Really gonna let this go? I don't know about that when you have such a Galysopod. What are you doing? Because now you got your... I know every move is resisted unless I have Aerial Ace, but X Scissor is resisted. Still going to chip, and now you're leaving your Jellicent on a Charge Bug. Do get the farm down there, but they'll probably come in and just Volt Switch down. And now they're going to have close to 2 moves here. They're going to have to start shielding up everything. They bait an X Scissor. Going straight for the Shadow Ball, assuming that Surf is not enough to take out, and you just are going to have to land a Shadow Ball anyways. But here comes the second move from Charger Bug. Another X Scissor bait, because they kind of know that they've got you, but you do get to the Shadow Ball. This should be enough to take out. What is left and how much health does it have? Okay, it's fine. Another good lead with Talonflame. 3 answers to this. They're going to stay in and eventually get into Ferret. Again, you don't really need to fight for switch or anything with this one because you have 2 dragons and a water Pokemon. They just do go Trailblaze to try and buff their attack, but okay, so be it. You can shield and take it to the 1s if you want. My only concern if you don't is that you're going to be taken out here, and now there's going to be a lot of fast move pressure on Dragonite, and you're going to have to shield up a Swift. So I probably would have shielded to grab that, to get that second move off, to take it out or grab a shield. Because now you lost a shield, and you lost a crap ton of health here. Again, you have Talonflame on the front, but if they have a normal typing in the back here, do snipe with the Surf, so... I'll be interested to see if they shield. They could shield and get like a Fly or Brave Bird off. They do shield and are going to go with the Brave Bird or Fly here. We're going to try to call it here. It is a Brave Bird. That's a tough one. And then as for Alligator in the back, which will just be able to claw you down before you get to a move here. Yeah. I think I personally would have grabbed that second shield or taking out the Ferret as opposed to just letting them do so much fast move damage on your Dragonite, especially after they buffed their attack. Okay, instant swap from the Feraligatr matchup. They met with their own Goodra. I mean, everything's resisted, but you still might want to try and chip with something here. Yeah. Because they'll probably be scared and shield anyways. That's just fine. And you get to the second Aqua Tail, which is huge here. Really going to put some pressure on them. And they do decide to double shield. Even if they have the Thunder Punch, that's fine. The only concern is you see Feraligatr on the lead and a Goodra here. The only concern is that they also have a Dragon in the back. So if you do leave 2 shields for Dragonite, you run the risk that they may just have a second Dragon in the back and just out fast move you, and then you're just gonna be left with 2 shields after this. So instant swap here. You're gonna have to shield up everything here. They are not getting out. And it is a Talonflame, which is resisted on the dragon. But you are pretty low, but it'd be a very aggressive very, very, very aggressive Incinerate, which they cannot do to win this matchup. So going to commit that shield, take it out, have a move, superpower for the win. So Double Dragon is not... I tried Double Dragon at the beginning, but I did not use a Shadow Dragonite. I feel like Shadow Dragonite really does add something to the mix here. So terrible lead. Goodra now against an Annihilate. Get the Aqua Tail off. I mean, I would let it go. Could be a nice punch. Could be close combat, but it is just a Rage Fist. A lot of times they do like throwing that Rage Fist first. Grabbing a shield here. which is nice. I mean, Rage, if you come, I know what you're thinking. Like, is it going to be a Rage Fist here that is going to be super effective, already boosted, is going to take me to the deep yellow, but it's probably going to do the same amount on Dragonite anyways, because Dragonite's so glassy. So, Dragonite in here, you're probably going to have to shield. It is a Hitmon top. That is very, very kind of spicy, but kind of a bad pick now since counter was nerfed. We'll have Stone Edge and stuff, so yeah, probably worth shielding just to take this out. Triple Axle, boosting their attack, but gonna commit to the farm down. And they top left there. Jump Bluff. Jump Bluff's a weird one because you're coming in just to take super effective from Fairy Wind and outpacing to a certain extent on the acrobatics. It's about the same pacing for the Thunder Punches. So yeah, it's a really weird matchup, and this is why, I don't disagree with your logic about you got to worry about ice, but jump offs are freaking everywhere, and just not a good matchup for this entire team. So I'm more of the person who would build for what is in the meta as opposed to, like, yes, water ice in the back would be tough if you ran something else. But maybe an option's like a fire Pokemon or something on the lead. So Driftblim comes in. Do you get the Shadow Ball off? So this will be nice if it lands. It does not land. And now you have one Pokemon left against a Pokemon that's going to lower your attack. So this is pretty close to a top left because now your attack's lowered. And they're just going to astonish a bunch. And now it's just going to be a fast move damage team on your opponent's end. Marowak. So good lead. I would kind of stay in, see if they get out here. Are they going to try and catch? If not, you do take a bone. Yeah, they did try and catch and successfully. It was a weird successfully catch. I feel like you kind of knew it was coming, and then you panicked a bit, and then you threw it anyways. So we're going to get to the Shadow Ball now to try and grab that shield. Does land, try and catch something. But everything's resisted. So yeah, what am I talking about? Water's resisted. Ice is resisted. Unfortunately, they get to the move. That's unfortunate. That's rough. And Skull Bash is resisted. So do take it down. Did lose a shield. And you still have that double dragon in the back here, which is now very vulnerable. And it is an Oranguru, which is spammy. And it's got some bulk, and the Marowak has bulk, and you don't even know what's oh wait, no, we do know. So Marowak did chip you. Likely to shield. You snipe them there, that's fine. I'm actually a little surprised that they did that. Have you shown maybe you haven't shown the Dragonite yet and they thought it was like a different dragon that they could probably just slap. Gonna have to shield up the rock side though, but this is giving you a lot of farm. And this is the double superpower you didn't know. You can also, if you're worried, just go Dragon Claw superpower. Oh, and then you let a full confusion through. I see. Just bad timing. Okay. Again with the jump bluff, and again, a really kind of tough matchup. How do you play this out? Try to get the Shadow Ball off, just take a move. It is an acrobatic, so that does chip. Gonna get the Shadow Ball off. And then what? Instant swap? Or play it out, try and catch a move on Goodra. Outpace here. What are we at? 15 and then 12 is 27. And what are they? 14 and... So, yeah, it's pretty close, actually. They do land the acrobatics, so I'm going to farm down here with the Dragon Breath. What do they got in the back here? A Corsola. So, obviously, they do not have any sort of immediate answer to the Dragon, which is nice. Corsola is tanky enough that can kind of take these moves. I know you want to save the shields for Dragonite. If you're going to get a move off here, you should be instant swapping to Dragonite after so you don't get farmed down here. Instant swap. Please don't get farmed down. No. Again, this Pokemon that you're against right now does not have any move that can lower your attack. But you never... One, you don't give them the free farm down. And two, you do not give them... you do not leave yourself with one Pokemon left when you don't know what's in the back. I get it. Oh, they actually were scared of the... Or they just thought they could outpace you. Tried to go into the fast move down on their end. See, I would have let it go, that move from their end, but force, like, if you're going to superpower me, so be it. But you would really lower your attack that and defense that early, sort of thing. Okay. Dusknoir, Hakamo. My secret Pokemon there, for those of you won't see it yet because I'm running with it, but by the time this goes up Friday afternoon, I'll have played with it for a couple days now. I was sick of Ferret. I did not want to run Primeape or Annihilape because I didn't like that. And I thought that Hakamo here is the fighting type, which resists the dark Sucker Punch, while the dragon gives you a little more coverage on water and fire and stuff like that. So I've been using that. I've tanked a ton, but I've gotten in 3 sets 11-4 with Hakamo. So we'll see if that continues. Toxapex in the back. Yeah, they're using, what was the other Pokemon? Hakamo. Well, Hakamo is not that bulky, but you know, when you see a Dusknoir or, well, I mean, you could just do like a full Glassy-ish team, but my general sort of rule when team building is if you're going to use like a Shadow Dusknoir or Shadow Dragonite or stuff like that, you probably need some bulky Pokemon to help you out there, so you can kind of guess that they're going to have a bulkier Pokemon in the back when you see something that glassy. If again, but you don't need to. You can run a full Glassy team. You can run full fast move damage team, stuff like that. But yeah, it just depends on your preference. My preference is that if I'm ever in that situation with like a Glacier Pokemon, I probably got a little more bulk in the back. Unless I'm just doing like 3 Pokemon that have like okayish bulk that can really provide like charge move pressure. So I'd run something Dusknoir with like 2 other, either something bulky or something that can just like really spam and put fast move pressure or charge move pressure on your opponent. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I saw a lot of submissions, and I'm going to try and run with this Hakamo team, so you probably won't see that team until Monday. And I will showcase, I've got a few other Retro Cups that were submitted, so I will showcase those over the next couple days. So that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.